if you want to protect your head, you wear a helmet, right? So what if you want to protect your sweet, chewy center? How about a hard candy shell?
Back in the 1930s, with the iconic Tootsie Roll a huge success, the Tootsie Roll Company was, well, on a roll. That's when they came up with the Tootsie Pop.
Tootsie Pops start off with a hard candy cooker where we take corn syrup and sugar and cook it to about 298 degrees.
Once properly cooked, citric acid is used to add just the right amount of tangy flavor. As the candy moves on to the cooling process, precise temperature control is key.
After we cook the product and add our color and flavor to it, we have to cool it down, and that cooling is kind of an art. You actually try to cool it relatively quickly and then heat it back up and then cool it again.
And that all happens here, on these long candy-covered moving sidewalks called cooling conveyors.
On the cooling conveyor itself, it goes through a set of rollers and set of plows, and that is literally to move it and to spread it out to increase the surface area so you can cool it quicker. Depends on how flat you need to make it or whether you actually literally have to turn it upside down.
After all the rolling, flattening, and stretching, another conveyor carries this sweet candy river down to the batch roller.
That batch rolls back and forth and creates a Tootsie Pop rope.
And that's what's going on with the chocolate center as well. But what happens now to those candy ropes? Let me remind you, this episode is all about secret centers.
In the Tootsie Pop processing, there's one part of this, the pop former, we're not going to allow you to see.
Fair enough, but you can probably guess what the pop former does. Yep, it forms the pops, sticks and all. Candy rope and Tootsie rope go in the back, and Tootsie Pops come out the front. Once the pop former does its magic, the fully formed pops are off to another conveyor to begin yet another cooling process. At over 11 feet tall, this colossally cool spiral cooling tower can cool up to 11,000 pops at a time. As the pops rotate around, they travel up the spiral to exit the top, completely chilled and ready to wrap.
The wrapper takes individual pops by the stick and cuts a 5-inch wrapper and wraps it around the top of the Tootsie Pop and then twists it. And that is wax paper, so it maintains its shape and size.
The individual wrapping process is lightning fast. In fact, these high-speed wrapping machines can wrap 600 pops a minute. That's 36,000 an hour, which means in a day, well, that's too much math for me.
Over 21 million Tootsie Pops are made every day.
21 million! If you laid all those Tootsie Pops end to end, they'd stretch from New York to Hawaii. But all those pops aren't going to bag themselves. The last step for all the Tootsie Pop flavors is the bagger.
The mixed flavored pops come back in and go into a bagger, and the bagger packages pops at about 85 bags per minute.
So what about that question that has been plaguing us for decades?
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's ask the experts.
To this day, there's a battle between your tongue and your teeth. Are you going to lick it or are you going to bite it?
Let's find out.
I myself never get there without biting.
3.
The world may never know.